Yo, I literally just recorded this intro, so I'm annoyed. If you hear me eating crackers, your fault. You're listening, not mine. This story is going to be based off of fan fiction called Starting Anew. I'm going to be reading the fan fiction. Also, I will credit the author to it, credit the story itself, and I really did enjoy the story. I did think some things could have went differently. That's why I'm doing a what if on it. But it's called Starting Anew. Link in the description. It's on fanfiction.net. I read fanfiction and Wattpad, but I really don't care. Um, but other than that, I do it if you guys watch a Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be the life of Naruto Uzumaki starting anew. We see a blonde-haired boy named Naruto Uzumaki standing outside the gates of Konoha. It's almost midnight and was thinking about everything that had happened and what could he do now. His choices being he could stay in Konoha and hope that things would get better, or he can leave the village. Something that's been called to him nothing but frustration and grief. Now you might be wondering what caused the blonde shinobi to end up at this point in his life. Well, it all started a couple months ago. The first time Naruto was truly happy in his life is when the villagers no longer hated him. They seen him as a hero, in fact. He was one of the top ninja in the village despite being only 15. The Sound Village and the Akatsuki were gone and defeated, and he finally had his pink-haired angel. It might have taken him over 10 years, but he finally had Sakura. "Hey, Naruto," someone yelled out. Naruto turned to see Sakura running up to him. "Hey, Sakura-chan, what's up?" He gave her a fox smile. "We just got a report that Sasuke was seen near the Fire Country border. Let's go," she yelled. They both rushed out of the village to get him before he got away. They arrived back at the village late at night when their mission was completed. They were both overjoyed that they finally had Sasuke back and Team 7 was back together. Naruto was called into Tsunade's office after being requested for a mission. Keep in mind, this is 2 days after a retrieval mission. Naruto, I think you're ready for your first solo S-rank mission. It should take about a month. Do you accept?" Tsunade asked him. He happily accepted the mission and went to go pack. Then he stopped by Sakura's house to say goodbye. He thought everything would be okay, but he didn't know just how wrong he was. Let's skip a month later. Finally done. It feels so great to be back home, Naruto says to himself as he ran to the Hokage's office and headed in his mission. "Did you need something else, Bachan?" he said, grinning. "Don't call me that," Tsunade yelled at him. When she calmed down, she dismissed him. Naruto said, "Well, I'm going to have to tell Sakura-chan that I'm back." As he went to leave, she stopped him for a second. "Naruto, wait," she yelled, standing up. He turned and looked at her. "Yes." She stopped for a second and then sat back down. "Nothing. Never mind." Naruto looked at her confused and then rushed out. Jiraiya appeared next to her and asked why didn't she tell him. Well, he asked that to his old teammate. Tsunade sighed and told him it's because he would have never believed it and he had to see for himself. Naruto was looking around the village, unable to find Sakura. "Well, there's one place I haven't checked, but why would she be there?" Naruto thought himself heading towards the Uchiha district. When he arrived at Sasuke's house, he was assaulted with the sound of people being intimate. His heart froze for a minute, but in his head, he said she wouldn't. Well, at least he hoped that. He thought it was just some girl that Sasuke picked up off the street, but that's when he heard it. I'm not going to say that part, but it's going to be cringe. This is why I can't do 8 to 18 pluses. "Oh, Sasuke, faster, harder, Sasuke," Sakura yelled. This is why I hate scripts too. His heart broke into a million pieces when he heard her. He turned to leave, and he left a note for them. "Sakura, I know what you done, and I hope you're happy. I guess you finally got your dream. From Naruto." And if you didn't know, that was a That was a Team 7 reference from when Team 7 first formed. If you watch Useless's Dream. Quickly left the house with the pink ring he had been planning to, well, propose to Sakura with. He headed to a nearby bar and got drunk for the first time ever. Now this is where we end the flashback, but not for long. Now you might be thinking that couldn't have pushed Naruto. I mean, he's literally been bullied all his life. How would that push him to leave the village? But the sad thing is, the same exact thing happened 9 more times. Each time causing him to drink more and take higher risk missions. After his heartbreaking revelation with Sakura, it became even worse when she told him coldly that they should just be friends. She wasn't, however, expecting his response. He looked down and quietly whispered, "You bitch." The next thing she knew, she was punched in her cheek, bone hard. Then she woke up in the hospital weeks later in a cast. Dang. I haven't read this fanfiction a while and then just pop up after it. But it's what she gets. After Sakura, Ino was his beautiful flower girl. He got to know her better when he went to get flowers at her family's flower shop. For the third, they become close friends, then lovers. While Naruto left on another diplomat mission for this time 2 weeks, he came back. The same thing happened except Ino was with Shikamaru. Naruto left the same note. He left with another ring. Every time he left, the same thing happened. Next was Tenten and Neji, Hinata and Kiba. Naruto thought he would have better luck with some older women, thinking they would know better than to cheat on him. Boy, was he wrong. First was Kurenai and Asuma, Shizune and Yamato, Anko and Aruka, Hana and Kakashi, Tsunade and Jiraiya. The last one hit him the hardest though. Ayame, the girl he thought he could trust the most. Sorry, voice crack. The one he had the one he had known since he was a kid. He thought she would have stayed faithful, but was he wrong? Naruto just came back and reported his mission from Tsunade. He no longer called her Tsunade, him, or Bachan once he found out that she had been cheating on. He walked home and saw Ayame waiting for him. She ran up to him and said, "Hi, Naruto-kun," as she screamed and tried to hug him. Naruto sidestepped her and walked into the house. Ayame looked confused, and she said, "Naruto?" She called out to him, then followed him inside. She didn't say anything, but he took off his armor and sat down on the couch thinking of his next actions. She followed him and stood while he sat down. He looked at her and asked, "How long?" She looked at him even more confused and asked, "What do you mean, Naruto-kun?" He looked at her again and said, "How long have you been fucking him?" Ayame had a surprise look on her face. Naruto continued, "Oh, you think I wouldn't notice? I can smell him when you're a mile away." Ayame suddenly looked sad and started crying. "Please, Naruto, it's not like that." Naruto, got up and said, "You're just like every other girl I dated, a fucking liar. Now get the fuck out of my house and I'll send your things tomorrow." He said, "I said get out," because she didn't move from her spot. She, left the house as he sniffed the air again and said, "Shit." As he handed her he said, "Shit," as he got up and saw Ayame at the front door. He handed her a couple of 100,000 Ryu. That's a lot of freaking money, 100,000 Ryu. She asked, "What's this for?" "For the baby. And tell Choji that I hope he knows what he's getting into." He then slammed the door in her face as he sat down and started thinking, feeling the 10 rings in his pocket. After that, he never went to Ichiraku's, because he knew Ayame was going to be there. In the flashback, Sorry. I was just so excited that I don't have to read to you guys. Like y'all freaking children. And I'm a freaking illustrator or author, something like that. I don't really care. After that, he always carried the 10 rings around with him. They're on both his hands, all 10 of them. If he said anyone to, if anyone said anything negative about the rings or about him, he responded by, hold on, just for plot convenience, I'm gonna say every time that they cheated on him, he got more stressed, and his hair started to turn white every time. And after Ayame, which hit him the hardest, his hair turned completely white, and everybody still noticed him. But like, he looking like a freaking mini Kakashi, which he does not respect mini Kakashi. Well, Kakashi anymore. If you didn't know, Hana cheated on him with Kakashi, like I literally just said. Which I believe Hana is, what's his name? Kiba's older sister, I think. I'm not sure. If anyone asks anything about him, he pinned it to the nearest wall, daring them to say more. He hated more and took more dangerous missions. The only thing he got less was sleeping, considering every time that he fell asleep, he only had dreams about the people he hated. Then one day he came back from a double S class mission, which I don't even know if that's a thing, but I guess. I think it's a thing. Yes, 9 times out of 10 it's a thing. I think the highest ranked mission is a triple S. Double S rank mission, went to ask for another one. When he was surprised, he was surprised when he went into the room. There were all the girls, including, sorry, my crackers. There were all the oh my god. You know what? I'm about to eat a cracker. Y'all want ASMR? Hold on. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. Okay. All the girls were in the room, including Tsunade, sitting in a circle. Naruto took it. Oh my god, now my mouth is dry. I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure I won't have voice cracks anymore. No, I will have more voice cracks. Naruto took a deep breath to remain calm and then spoke. What is all this about? Tsunade spoke directly to Naruto. And Naruto, she said, Naruto, please take a seat. He did, sitting in between Sakura and Ayame, the ones who hurt him the most. Tsunade then spoke again. Naruto, we're worried about you. You barely speak and you won't talk to anyone, and you're running yourself ragged off these missions. Face the facts. Stop drowning. He said. He sat there and faced by her looks of concern, what he found funny. They didn't get shit before, and then replied, thanks for the concern. Can I have a double S rank mission now? She got annoyed and licked at Naruto and then told Naruto, grow up, be a man, face the facts, stop drowning yourself in misery. Now, this is not part of the story, but I'm just going to add this. Naruto then laughed. He said, be a man. He said, I'm more than a man. I'm a god. I've saved this world more times than you saved the village, Tsunade. You saved the village, Tsunade. He says, how are you going to call me a man when you yourself aren't even a human? You don't even have the real emotions of a human. You don't have the loyalty of a human. As he then stood up, tried to walk out. As one of the girls, I really don't know, so I'm just going to say one of the girls said, wait. And Naruto really got annoyed. He yelled, who the fuck are you to tell me to be a man? I've grown up, Tsunade. I've seen all of you for what you are. Lying, backstabbing, cheating bitches. I've already faced the fact I was cheated on every single time by one of you. I was betrayed by all of you. I was just a replacement for them. He pulled out, he showed them, he pulled his hands out of his pockets. As I said, do you know what these were supposed for? What they stood for? I was going to ask each and every one of you to marry me at some point in my life. He said pink was for Sakura, yellow for Ino, brown for Tintin, blue for Hinata, red for Kurina, black for Shizuna, purple for Anko, White for Hana, green for Tsunade, and orange for Ayume. 10 names for 10 fingers I worked the bone for. And every time I went to actually marry, I found every single one of you in another man's bed. How the fuck do you guys get the balls to steal my girls right before I ask them to marry me? Also, if I ever see any one of you again, I will kill you. As he walked out of the door, he immediately went to the bar and got drunk for the second time in his life. Weeks later, he packed everything up that was in his scroll and went to the Hokage's office and got everything that belonged to him from his mother and father. He had taken everything from the Uzumaki. I'm gonna say he stays in the Namikaze mansion because they say he took it. I'm gonna say he took everything from the Namikaze Uzumaki mansion, including the sword. And he walked up to the village gates. That's where we came in. Well, no. So he can stay or leave. Naruto, well, how about this? This is where we actually began our story. Naruto. He heard his name being called by multiple people. He turned around and saw every one of his former fiancés running towards him and deciding to be selfish. He quickly threw a scroll towards them, which exploded. And before it exploded, he said, "Bye, bitches," flipped them off. And they exploded with all of them landing back a couple of feet. His headband left behind with a slash through the village's symbol. Naruto, watching from a distance, enjoyed the view enjoyed the view and then proceeded to run as far away as from the village as possible. He had a couple ideas of where to go, but we'll see what happened. So we're taking about a 30-second break because I need drink and also need crackers. So yeah, 30-second break. Get your Takis, which I don't like Takis. If you wonder why I don't like Takis, don't even come to me around. People always ask me that question. It's not because I don't like spicy things. Like, I love spicy. Well, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I like things like hot fries and stuff like that. But yeah, I just don't like Takis. 17 minutes. I'm gonna make this video like an hour to 45 minutes, if I could. Like I say, I have personal problems. Now let's move on to the next chapter, bro. Oh, never mind. Everything I was doing from the original was all the first chapter. So no more script. None of this is from the fan fiction. So my next video I do on this will not have credited the original makers because like the rest of the stuff, none of it's from the story. Now for about let's say it's 2 weeks because the girls have to recover from that freaking giant explosion. They have to cover, and Tsunade and Jiraiya think Naruto will just be back because everybody sees the slash in Naruto's headband. She thinks that Naruto will just be back in a while. Now let's time skip to a year, bro. Naruto, well, here we go. This is the first time I've did it. I've wanted to do it for so long. I wanted to do this ship for so long, bruh. And here it goes. Also, Tayuyu will be the ship from the What If I Was in Naruto. I forgot to mention that in the other video, but Tayuyu will be the ship for me in What If Naruto was What If I Was in Naruto. So yeah, but back to this video. I wanted to do this ship for so long. Naruto was, let's see, waking up to the smell of cooking, I guess. I really don't care. I don't have a script. Waking up to the smell of cooking as he went into the kitchen, seeing a lady, with 9 tails. I'm going to say Naruto has 9 tails as well because he fused. Seeing a girl with 9 tails, orange 9 tails. I'm gonna say hers are red nine tails and ears. As Naruto says, "What you cooking?" Hugging her from behind. As she then explains what she cooking, which I really don't know Japanese food, so I'm just gonna say she cooking dongos. Shout out to Planet and Planet After Story, the masterpieces of animes. No matter how many times it made me cry, that was the best anime I've ever. Planet After Story is. It might even be tied with Naruto. Not even on cap. Naruto's my favorite ever anime. Like nothing. Even if people make freaking 500 like points of how something is better than Naruto, I'm gonna say Naruto is still better. But Planet After Story, that was that was up there. That was like one of the best anime ever. No matter how many times I'm almost crying thinking about it. It was sad, bruh. Like the freaking whole family died, but they kinda, they halfway came back to life. I don't know if they really came back to life. It might just be his delusions, but they came back to life, I guess. But still, they died, bro. But back, stop with the rant. Um, as he then proceeded to eat, as Naruto says, well, I'm gonna say they living in the Uzumaki compound, or yeah, as his cousin coming in. I'm gonna say Nagato. He didn't kill Nagato because Nagato is a Uzumaki, but Nagato did get Naruto as a Renegade. But he did not kill Nagato. But he did give Nagato an eye. So Nagato, Karen, just for plot convenience, I'm gonna say, let me just say a random character and I'm gonna make them a Uzumaki. Uh, Nagato, Karen, uh, I'm gonna say, what's her name? What's her name? Conan comes in because I'll say she's dated Nagato. Conan, Nagato, and Kara come in as they greet Naruto and Kurama. I'm just gonna call her that. No, because I can get mixed up with Kurna. Caillou. I'll just say Caillou to come up with a better name. Caillou, Naruto. They see Caillou, Naruto, and eat breakfast with them. As Naruto says, well, it's time for me to face my deepest fear. As everybody will stop eating breakfast and look at him. As Nagato questions him and says, so you're going back to, well, so you're going to leave. Naruto says, well, only to visit. As Nagato nods. And Karin questions him and says, why would you go back to leave? As Naruto then says, well, he says, well, I'll have to face them at some point. He says, so well, I have to face them at some point. As they are not. As let's time skip to a week. No, Naruto can freaking like he's freaking the speed of light. He gets there in like 8 minutes. Freaking 8 minutes. He gets to the village gates. As one of the village guards says, Naruto, I knew you would be back. Naruto says, don't get all happy. I'm not back. I've only come to visit. As the guard looks down in shame. As he says, cheer. I'm gonna say one of the guards is cough cough man. Cough cough man looks down in shame. As Naruto says, cheer up. He says, cheer up. This village will at least have me for about a week. As he then walks through the gates. Well, wait, before he walks the gates. I'm gonna say he left the leaf for 7 years. So Naruto should be about 22. I'm gonna say Tsunade is still the Hokage. I'm gonna say they have a child too, just to like speed things up. They still recognize Naruto even though he has freaking 9 white tails. Yes, white tails. Non-white tails behind him. They still recognize him as they let him through. Wait, no, 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 they question who's the other two. Naruto says, well, this is my wife and my daughter, as he points to Q, Caillou, and I'm gonna name her Suchi. I'm gonna name the child Suchi, cause I can't really come up with a better name. And Tucci, he like a OG. He Mr. Ramen guy. I would have him serve my ramen like 300, bro. Like every single day. If I had to eat ramen forever, I would have him serve my ramen, bro. Tucci is like that. But since I have to bash Ayame, then yeah. In the story, the creator of the fanfiction I was reading earlier, they bashed every single girl. I didn't really read the whole thing, so I don't know if they bashed Sakura because they said Sakura's parents were celebrating her getting rid of the demon. But I'm gonna say they ain't gonna get bashed yet. As the guards smile because Naruto, well, really couldn't start a family scene as every girl would cheat on him, but he started a family anyway. As it let him through the gate, says he goes to Hokage's office. As then says, well, looks like the old lady is still here. As well, he just walks through the door. He doesn't even knock. He just freaking walks the door. As I'm gonna say, he sees all Konoha 9, all the Jonin senseis, the Hokage, Jiraiya. I'm gonna say he put a potion in Orochimaru's drink. So Orochimaru's good. I'm not gonna say all that. But Konoha 9, all the people cheated on him. Tsunade and stuff like that. Yeah, Jiraiya. As he's like, so the old lady's still here. As everybody turns to him, he's like, Yosh. When Naruto, if you know me, you only say Yosh to people you cool with. And Naruto used to say Yosh to all of them. But he don't say Yosh no more. He like, well, and everybody look at him as one of them says, I'm gonna say Shino. Shino says, well, I'm gonna say Shino has a little bit of a more outgoing personality, but he's still like an introvert. He says Naruto under his like his nonchalant, non-talking voice. As he says, hey, one of the people who didn't betray me. It's been a while, hasn't it, Shino? Because I'm gonna say Shino and Naruto are friends, seeing that Shino literally did nothing to Naruto. As him and Shino dap it up, they hit that slip, slap, pack, pack. As he just said, well, let's cut. Well, I'm gonna say Shino asks, Shino asks a bunch of questions. I'm gonna say he asks 3 questions. Everybody just looking at Naruto. Shino asks 3 questions. Shino asks, he asks, why do you look like he says, why do you look like a fox? Also, why does she look like a fox? Pointing at Caillou. And he says, why did he points to Tsuchi and says, why does she look like a mini fox? As Naruto said, well, he said, well, I fused with the QB. As he then points at what's her name? I just forgot. Caillou. He says that's the Nine Tails, the QB, or my wife, whatever you want to call her. As he then points his daughter as she runs up to him and hugs him and gets on his back. Well, I'm gonna say she's on his back as he says, and the one on my back is my daughter, Suchi. As Shino says, Yosh. And I'm gonna say Suchi picked up a bit of Naruto's personality, which is laid back, kind of like Shikamaru, but also cold when he like get mad. So she says, Yosh. As Naruto chuckles a bit at this. As he said, well, looks like you picked up a bit on me. As Jiraiya says, well, Naruto, what are you doing here? Naruto says, well, that is a good question, Rock Lee. As Lee looks at him, just like curiously, because he was doing his like arm push-ups. He's like, well, that is a good question, Lee. I'm only here to visit to see how the traders are doing. But I will be going back to my home, so I will be going back to the Uzumaki mansion soon. As Lee, well, picks up on him, like, annoying the people. He like, why do you need such a big mansion? Why do you need such a big mansion with all that youthfulness or something like that? I really don't know. And Naruto says, again, good question, Lee. He says, well, I'm not the only Uzumaki who lives in the mansion. You got Nagato, which everybody knows Nagato is pain. He was like, you got Nagato, I'm gonna say that he's his brother, but Obito took him. You got Nagato, my brother, Nagato, my brother. You got Karin, my cousin. He also said, well, you got Konan, my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law. And he says, along with my wife and child. As they both smile and they're beside Naruto. And Lee says, wow, so much youthfulness. You need a freaking big youthful mansion to control all that youthfulness. Naruto says, well, yes, I do, Lee. As Naruto says, well, if you excuse me, never mind. I had a good idea, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. As he realizes that Ayame is there so he can go to Ichiraku Ramen. As he then said, yes, it's been years. As he then said, Lee, Shino, who else? Neji did with Tintin, so I can't do Neji. Shoji with Ayame. Uh, I'm just gonna say Fuzo Uzumaki too, just for like plot convenience. It says also my cousin Fu. Yeah, he says Shino. What's his name? Can't be Kiba. I think it's Shino and Lee. It might just be Shino and Lee. Yeah. Just Shino and Lee, because I'm pretty sure he did the whole Konoha 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. He says Shino and Lee, how about old times? As they nod and they walk out. As she's pulling on Naruto's ears. Well, Tsuchi is pulling on Naruto's ears. As she asks, hey, Papa, where's old times? As Naruto says, well, as he notices Ayame is there. It says, we'll talk about it a little bit later. We'll talk about it a little bit later when we're out of this office. As she then giggles and smiles. I'm gonna say she has a mixture of ears and tails of Caillou and Naruto. So I'm gonna say that her tails are white, but at like the ends, they turn orange and then red, and then her ears do the same thing. And she takes her hair after her mother. So I'm gonna say, yeah, red hair. As Naruto says, well, she did take a lot of my. Well, uh, Caillou says she took a lot after you guys. They're still in the office, but they're leaving it. As Caillou says, she took a lot after you. And Naruto says, yes, she did, but she mostly took the looks from you. As she smiles and they walk out of there, going towards Ichiraku Ramen. If you didn't notice that it was going to be Ichiraku Ramen. Now, all the girls are shocked seeing as like Naruto got like 100 times better looking. Like freaking, he went like freaking. What's the worst anime in history? Let's say, all right, let's say this. Let's say he went from Naruto level to hentai level. That's how freak. That's his chunk, bro. If you didn't know, hentai is like if you put hentai on a power level scale. Hold on. Let's say freaking Naruto is the original Dragon Ball, like 1980 something Dragon Ball, like Kid Small Goku. He's Kid Small Goku's power level. And then you got hentai at freaking Jiren's power level. I don't even watch Dragon Ball, but I know Jiren will dookie on everybody in there. That's the comparison between hentai and Naruto. That's the freaking gap between. And Naruto's like best anime. Best anime with like some contestants getting in there, like One Piece, Dragon Ball, Bleach, and Clan After Stories, but those are like the only people who actually contest to it. Then like they might be on equal railings or below it. There's no way no anime is higher than Naruto. And My Hero Academia, I have high hopes for it. Only thing I don't want the ship to be Ochako. Not even on a cap. They're probably gonna make the ship Ochako, but I don't want the ship to be Ochako. But enough with my rant. How many freaking minutes? 36 minutes. God. Let me get this over with. This is gonna be a long. Oh, next, what if Deku was Cheetah? It's about to be fire. And thing is, this dude, he was not the original creator of What If Deku Shidori, but he was the second ever person to do it. I really enjoyed his series. This is the thing. He ended his series on part 3. Now I know there's nothing to do after the overhaul arc. There's literally nothing to do. But listen, do what I do. I create my own arcs. I freaking create my own characters. I said Fukuza Uzumaki. I create my own characters. I do my own arcs. Do that, bro. You could have freaking continued the series. And you even picked a good ship. You picked one of the waifus. You picked a May, bro. She one of the waifus. But what did you do, bro? You ended the series at part 3. And keep in mind, all his videos were at least 30 minutes. They were either 30 minutes to 32 minutes. No, one was 33. 30 minutes to 33 minutes. So it's like a freaking hour and 30-minute like movie or something. But you ended it on part 3. But enough with the rant. I keep saying enough with the rant, but I keep ranting. Like, bruh, I'm mad. Why do I keep ranting? Y'all heard that? Yeah, that's fire. Okay, we don't have much to do. Alright. I'm just, thank you guys so much. I'm like almost halfway to monetization, bro. Halfway, bro. Halfway on my watch hours, but I still gotta like get my subscribers. Again, get my subscribers up, but my watch hours, yeah, those things skyrocketing. Also shout out to Zeno Namikaze. I'm gonna be doing one of his series. What if Naruto Shamed by Beers? But that's gonna be like a while from now after I finish all these what ifs. So they go to Ichiraku eating, and like I said, all the girls are stunned because Naruto got freaking 1,000 times better looking. They just freaking staring at where Naruto was at, and they just regretting their life choices. As all the boys are freaking jealous, bro. They girls just got taken by a man who got a wife and a kid, bro. Like, bro. Like, what? As I'm gonna say, they go to Ichiraku. I'm gonna say the people still in the Hokage's office, but the council's with them too. And yeah, So Naruto comes back like 2 hours later. He like, yo, as when they come in, they see like Shino, Lee. Uh, they still they see. I'm gonna say Suchi is like freaking two, nah, four, three. They still see her on Naruto's head, but she's eating ramen. Cause I'm saying have takeout now, so he's eating ramen, as well as the rest of the gang. The Lee, the Shino, the Caillou, the freaking Naru, all of them. They eating them ramens, bruh. Naruto walks in as him and Suchi say at the same time. Him, Suchi, and Shino all say at the same time, yo, as they walk in. As well, a couple people get quiet this. Because she freaking got like a baby, small baby voice. Speaking of that, my auntie, she just had her baby. She was released from the hospital, I believe, yesterday, and I got 2 pictures of the babies. I'll try to like some videos I'll do. I'll next time I mention it, I'll put pictures up of my auntie's baby, but it's like freaking so small, and it looks exactly like his brother. His brother is like 2 years old. And then you got his older brother, which he my freaking favorite cousin, bro. My freaking favorite cousin. He younger than me though, like a couple years younger than me, but he's still my favorite cousin. So yeah, enough with the rant. Keep freaking ranting. As I'm gonna say, she's a freaking prodigy. Suchi is like above prodigy. She already got her freaking chakra unlocked, and she's 3 years old. Tell me how that's there. And then she got max level chakra. Imagine times two chakra of the 9 tails. Shut up. That's freaking 10 tails chakra right there, bro. She got freaking 10 tails chakra, bro. The amount of chakra she has, that's 10 tails, bro. That's 10 tails. Nobody can debate. Nobody. I create the character. I see how much chakra they got. So she basically has infinite. I mean, bruh. And Naruto does know Fly Rasen. Seeing as what is it? He, like I said, he took Namikaze and Uzumaki stuff. And if you don't know and you're stupid and you're mentally ill, Minato is a Namikaze. His name is literally Minato Namikaze. And I don't know why, like, freaking. Yeah, his name is literally Minato Namikaze. So, yeah. I'm gonna say she takes Uzumaki up as her name, yes. Suchi, yeah. So, Suchi Uzumaki. Seen as they're proud members of the Uzumaki clan. But they also respect Minato, seen as Minato put Caillou inside Naruto, which was pretty sick, bro. Like, yeah. So they like Yosh as I'm gonna say she's walking, bruh. And well, Naruto tells her cause she can go play with. Well, he summons something. I'm gonna say it's a freaking. I'm gonna say it's a dragon. It's a mini dragon. As she plays with the dragon, as they're literally shooting jutsus at each other, and everybody just sitting there horrified, bro. She like freaking 3 years old, shooting jutsus at her dragon, bro. And she ain't even using hand signs. She's shooting jutsus at a dragon. And they recognize the jutsus, but they see she don't even use hand signs. As she's literally walking on the roof. Like tree walking or wall walking or whatever. Shooting jutsus at the dragon. At the dragon's just He's freaking scared. He's scared, bro. Because Naruto summons a different dragon every time. He's scared, bro. He's trying to get out of here with his life, bro. As he's screaming, Naruto Sapa, please help me. As Naruto just ignores him. And Naruto says, so? As they're all freaking looking at him, and Tsunade asks how old is Suchi? Well, how old is she? And Naruto says, first of all, her name is Suchi, and she's 3 years old. As everybody's like, 3 years old? Tsunade asks how she can shoot jutsus with like freaking no hand signs. Naruto says, well, she took after me and her mother, meaning she's a freaking beyond prodigy. She's beyond prodigy. She's freaking god level. And I'm planning on giving her my Rinnegan as Caillou speaks up, and she says I'm planning on giving her my Mukatan, which they know Mukatan is wood style. As I'm gonna say, Jiraiya questions her and says, "You have Mukatan?" And she says yes, as she demonstrates like a jutsu. I don't know, freaking wood pill or something like that. And Naruto's like, yeah, bruh. So Tsunade's thinking, yo, this family could be like a great military asset to the Leaf. Because after everybody, like the villagers and stuff, figured out that they cheated the girls cheated on Naruto, they didn't really respect them. Like, as soon as the other villagers found out, they took away all their trade stuff. As Naruto, I don't think he helped any villages, and oh my god, every village would take away their trade stuff. Cause like, he helped every village on Earth. He destroyed every threat. So yeah, every village will regret it. And now the Leaf has to really focus on everything inside their border. Like, they can only use products from inside their border and stuff like that. As they've been struggling ever since, like Naruto. Naruto left, and they figured out the reason why Naruto left. They've just been struggling. As Snotty gets a little bit of a smirk on her face. And she says, well, Naruto, how would you and your family like to join the Leaf? Before she can finish, Naruto says, hell no. As then he literally gets punched in the head by Caillou telling him that he shouldn't cuss in front of Sushi, and he says she wasn't even paying attention. Aizen says, well, excuse me. No, thank you. The Leaf is a corrupt bullshit village that can suck my dick. He says while he makes sure she isn't paying attention. Well, Sushi isn't paying attention. As she said, well, why did you protect it? Naruto said, because I have respect for this village. But this village has caused me nothing but pain freaking most of my life. If anything, all of my life. Well, yeah, most of my life. Because, like, all his life, he ain't been at the village. Because, like, he left the village. So, yeah. Oh, my God. Also, Ayame broke up with Choji. She taking care of Choji's child. Yeah, because Naruto and Ayame, like, yeah, Choji and Ayame did like that. So she taking care of the child. Let me make sure. Let me go over the pairings because, like, I freaking like. Oh my god. Let me go over the pairings. So, Ino couldn't take Shikamaru's laziness and broke up with him. Tintin couldn't take Nechi having no feelings for like anything. Broke up with him. Hinata freaking didn't like Kiba's fleas and freaking broke up with him. Kurna, I don't know. She thought Asuma smoked too much. Broke up with him. Uh, Shizune thought Yamato freaking looked bland. Like, bruh. Anko thought Aruka was weak. Cause, like, Aruka, like, bruh. Um, Hana thought Kakashi was, like, a pervert. And Tsunade thought she didn't have time for that and left Jiraiya. So, yeah, that's pretty sick. They lost all their stuff. As Tsunade says, well, we could put you in the Restore Your Clan. I don't know what it's called. The thing where they make you restore your clan by mating with multiple women. As Naruto says, no, thank you. Says no, thank you. I've already have all the surviving members of my clan, and we're all doing great together. I also have a family, which I couldn't have that in the leaf. Glaring at the girls. Naruto says this freaking whole village was just a shithole for me, and it could burn for all I care. As Tsunade's trying to think of for another reason to like get Naruto to join. Now, while I try to think of another reason to get Naruto to join, y'all saw that voice crack I was doing one on purpose. I can really do one on purpose. But let's do a 30-second break for freaking juice. I'm not eating a cracker this time because last time I dropped my throat. Okay, 30-second break over. We've been recording for 52 minutes and 30 seconds. Alright. So I really don't even know where I'm going with the story. As Naruto said, well, Tsunade is like, she thinking of another way she can get Naruto to stay. But Naruto said, well, if you excuse me, I'll be taking my leave now. As Tsunade told him to wait, well, one of the girls, I'm going to say it was Sakura, told him to wait, and Naruto says, the hell you want? And when he says that, a giant freaking Rasengan gets him in the stomach. And this is by Suchi. And she says, Papa, Mama told you not to curse in front of me. And Naruto says, fine, I'm sorry. As he gets up, it says, what do you want? I'm looking at Sakura. And Sakura pleads for him to stay. It says that she needs him back. And Naruto literally picks up Suchi and walks out of the office, not even freaking paying attention. She's in the middle of her sentence. Naruto's just freaking walking out of the office. As he then looks at Lee and Shino, he says, Lee, Shino, Yosh. As they both say, Yosh. No, Lee, Naruto and Suchi say Yosh to Lee and Shino as they say Yosh back. I don't even know why I like the word Yosh so much, but yeah, that's pretty sick. God. Nah, y'all ain't hear that, bro. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But, I really don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I was supposed to record a good quality what if. See, the things is, when I watch what ifs, people always, and I mean always, do short what ifs, and don't even finish that much in a story. And I'm like, bruh, I need more of this. And they don't even post till like a week later. Like I'm freaking supposed to be watching What If, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be watching What If Deku was the reincarnation of Lee. And this dude, the dude who did it, was doing a collaboration with this dude named It's the Monkey. And I'm about to check the channel right now. But every time I've checked it, It's the Monkey has not yet posted the video. And I'm like, bro, if you will make me sit here for a collaboration, then at least post the video. And I don't even know how long it's been. It's been at least a week. Yes, it's been a week. He still hasn't posted it. It's literally right here. Collab with It's the Monkey. And it's still weak, and It's the Monkey haven't posted it. So yeah, he's unreliable. So people are always doing that. They always leave you on cliffhangers. That's why I like recording long videos, because I don't really like to keep you guys waiting. But most of the time sometimes I like to keep you. Alright, I'm just going to tell the truth. The reason why I record long what ifs is because I actually enjoy myself recording the what ifs. Seeing as I thought this would be a great idea and recorded it, I'm like, yo, and the video, the idea, it was like, yo, and I was like, idea, we should do a collab. And they like, yeah, and then here go the collab right here. Idea. Me and Idea doing a collab. Idea, you don't have to call him Idea, you can just call him Naruto's life starting anew. Yeah, that's what you can call Idea. Me and him doing a collab is right here. So yeah. But after that, well, Tsuchi gets back on Naruto's head, pulling on his ears, and he just walks freaking out of the office. As well, I'm gonna say that before he finished walking out the offices, one of the people, I think I'm gonna say Sakura's still, like, she asks him, do you still have the rings? And Naruto says, no. He says, I gave him away to, he says, I gave him away to people I deem worthy of them, such as Konohamaru, which one of the people, I'm going to say, Tsunade notices that Konohamaru did have a ring, but she didn't really pay attention to it, such as Konohamaru, Inari, which only Sakura knows who Inari is. Inari, not Inari. Inari. As he says, my daughter, as he points to Tsuchi as she holds her hand up. And I'm going to say she has the white one. Well, no, she has the white one and the red one, because like her mama died, so she has the white one and the red one, which is, the red one's from Kurina and the white one's from Hana. He says, my cousin, as I'm gonna say, he gave the orange, I can't remember who the orange one was for. I'm gonna say he gave the brown one to Karin. He also said, I also gave it to my brother. He needed it as his engagement ring for Conan, as he gave Nagato the blue one, because he says Nagato. Well, he says I also gave one to my cousin Nagato. He needed an engagement ring, so I gave it to him. I actually went to his wedding. It was pretty sick. I'm gonna say they have phones and stuff. He shows him a picture of Conan and Naruto, Conan and Nagato getting married, and her having a blue ring on, seeing as her hair is blue and stuff like that. Naruto says, let's think of a few more people. Fu, I'm gonna say he gave the green one to Fu, because even though she's a Uzumaki, she has green hair. Like Naruto's Uzumaki has yellow hair. Well, white hair now. like in the original, he had yellow hair, even though he was Uzumaki. So he says Fu. He says my other cousin Fu. As he shows him another picture, as she has the green one. And God, my notes got stuffed up. And let's think of some more people. Now, I'm gonna go back to the fan fiction because, all right, here we go to colors. So we did. Oh, we still got yellow, pink, black, purple, um, orange. Yeah, black people. Hold on. Pink, yellow, black, purple, orange. Those are still the ones we got. As he says, well, Nagato. Well, I'm gonna say, Conan asked him for an engagement ring for Nagato, and he gave her the orange one because Nagato has orange hair, I believe. No, red hair or orange hair. I forgot. I don't know. I'm gonna say orange. Now all we have left is pink, yellow, black, purple. Now I'm gonna say he gave the black one to Inari and the yellow one to Konohamaru. And all we have left is the pink one, and the purple one. As he says, he gave the pink one to his nephew, and he says nephew and niece. He says I get the pink and purple one to my two. Wait, hold on. I need to look up something. Okay. He says, and I gave the pink and purple ones for my two nieces. As he shows them a picture of Konan and Nagato, and I'm gonna just name the children Himure, and Sumire, because they twins. I'm gonna name them Himure and Sumire. As Naruto says, they were way more deserving for him. As he tries to walk out for the freaking third time. As I'm gonna say Tsunade thinks of a deal. As Tsunade says, that she'll protect, that she'll give protection to Naruto's family. Naruto laughs. He says, we have, let's say, Fu has the seven tails and she's OP. So I'm gonna say somebody give her. Fu has the seven. I'm gonna say Karin has the Uzumaki chains, and she also has. I'm gonna say she has an eye transplant for the Byakugan because like freaking OP. So Karin has the eye transplant for the Byakugan and Uzumaki chains. Fu has the eye transplant for the Sharingan and the Sharingan, and she has the seven tails, of course. Konan has paper release, and she was already a Kage level fighter. So is Nagato. He's already a Kage level fighter. Naruto is a Kage level fighter. And so is Caillou. And so is Tsuchi. Naruto says everyone in the Uzumaki house is at least a Kage level fighter. Including Tsuchi, as he points to Tsuchi. As she left a seal on her dad's head, Naruto's head, as she teleports to it. As everybody's shocked because they notice the fourth Hokage Jutsu. As she teleports to top his head, starts playing with his ears. Naruto says, you see, everyone in that house is at least a Kage level fighter. and two of them are above Kage, as he's mentioning himself and Caillou, because Caillou absolutely destroyed the fourth Hokage. You had to have everybody in the Leaf join in to take her down, bro. Like, Ninetales was beasting on that joint, bro. And you had to get the freaking Shinigami to take her down, bro. That's freaking props to Caillou. Like, Caillou, bro. Yeah. Ooh, that was pretty cool. But yeah, as he says, I think I've got plenty of protection. As she notices, this is not a freaking option. He does have plenty of protection. Notice this. Well, for the fourth time, excuse me, I have to go. And I'm gonna say, Hinata says, wait. Naruto says, oh my fucking god. Well, he whispered that under his breath. He's like, oh my fucking god. And everybody catches this. He's like, bruh, what do y'all want? It's like the fifth time I tried to leave. Like, bruh, I'm just trying to yosh, bro. I gotta go see my brother and stuff like that. I'm just trying to yosh. As Conan appears in a stack of papers. Well, you see a bunch of papers fly around as Conan appears. And Naruto says, what's the emergency, Conan? As Conan says that Nagato tried to cook and burn the house down. As Naruto face bombs, he's like, see, this is why I always have to keep an eye on him. As he says, try to stop him. As he says, try to stop him. You're his wife after all. As she, well, disappears in another flock of papers. And Naruto says, this is why I have to look after my brother. As he says, well, if you excuse me, I have to go talk to my best friend, the Kase Kage, Mr. Gara himself. And I don't know his wife's name. Hold on. Who is Gara's wife? Who? Oh my god. Is Gara's wife Kiyome? Yes, I know nothing about Kiyome. But apparently, Kiyome is his wife. I really don't know. He just says, well, I'll have to go see my best friend, the Kazekage. Turns out he's getting married, I believe. And Tsunade says she knows that he invited her and she accepted. Naruto says, yo, well, I'm about to head out. I gotta get to the sand and like chill, bro. I gotta go see my freaking best friend, his wedding stuff. He's like, bye. And he's like, and Tsunade says, wait, and Naruto's like, I swear, if y'all call me one more time, I'm gonna kill y'all. As he turned, well, he whispered out in his breath, which everybody does catch it again. He says, what do you need, Tsunade? And she says, how can we get you to stay in the village? Naruto says, I'll never stay in this village, damn it. What do you not understand? Damn, let me leave. Damn. Now I'm gonna discuss Yara's wedding next part, but my throat is getting dry. I can't do this, bro. Next video is gonna be what if Deku was cheated on. Yeah, get ready for that. And bye.